Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to the excavation of Hobbs' Barrow. We're in the middle of a flashback here. Thomasina's dad seems like he wants to teach us about digging and excavating, basically. So I see a trowel we need to pick up.
Now I'm ready.
Alright. I see a bunch of patches of dirt.
Daddy has buried something here.
Alright. I don't know if I'm supposed to dig up all of them.
No treasures here.
Okay.
Nothing here.
Aww. Here's another pile of dirt.
Treasure!
Oh, what is it?
Daddy, I found the treasure! Look!
Well done, little bird. Your first successful excavation. That urn you're holding is very old and precious. Take good care of it, all right?
I will, Daddy. I promise.
I felt like she was immediately gonna drop it.
I do have a feeling there is something exceptional to be discovered here. I must gain Mr. Bryden's permission to excavate.
Okay. You don't even want to do a little?
In good time.
Okay.
I do have a feeling I must gain.
Okay. I tried right and left clicking.
Someone has carved the letters AR into the stone.
Oh. Dark and spooky.
Darkness falls quickly here. I should make my way back to the inn.
Mr. Bryden, are you still home?
I shouldn't disturb him at this late hour.
Okay. Should I use the map? Oh, it's so foggy. Oh my god. Why is it so foggy? Alright. I'm still waiting for something really spooky to happen. So far, there's been a cat scare, a badger scare, a creepy doll, a close-up of a man throwing up. Things that kind of build that tense and creepy atmosphere, but nothing outright scary in and of itself yet. So I'm still really bracing myself for it. And every time the screen gets a little darker, I feel like it's about to happen, and then it doesn't. But I am very tense. Ooh, lots of people here.
Good evening, Mr. Crozier.
Evening. Thanks again for the fossil, lass. 'Tis truly a beauty.
You're most welcome. How long have you been collecting fossils?
Ever since I were a boy. The moors look a barren place, but there are plenty of fossils to be found in the rock formations. All manner of creatures to uncover.
Such a playground for a young lad. What's your favourite piece in your collection?
The ammonite you gave me today. The most recent is always the best.
Indeed.
What about you, lass? Do you collect out?
I do. You see, I'm writing a book on the Barrows of England. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities in Rural England. I document all my findings.
But what do you collect?
Pottery, tools and such.
Bones too, no doubt.
No, I leave those in place.
You've got a morbid heart, lass. fussing about in old graves like that.
We're not dissimilar in that we both take an interest in the remains of the long gone.
I suppose you have a point there. How's your book coming along then?
Very well, thank you. Though I'm rather keen to begin my chapter on Hobbs Barrow. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Mr. Crozier's a nice guy.
Good evening, gentlemen.
What are you gonna do about him?
If he thinks he can take her away from here, he's got another thing coming. I am gonna knock his bloody block off. In fact, I can think of a better punishment. Oi, what do you want, lady? Piss off!
You heard the man.
Charming.
This guy's playing that horrible knife game over there. Oh, is Herbert not the cat that we saw? He's a different color.
Good evening, sir. I'll leave you to it.
He looked really mad. Hi, Herbert.
It's Herbert, the local stray. I don't wish to wake him up.
He looks sweet, even though he's not the cat I thought he was.
Hello again, Cyril.
You're still here?
Did Mr. Long convince you of the virtues of Bewley Station?
What the hell do you think? Now bugger off and leave me to me drink.
He seems even more wound up than usual.
The consequences of our actions.
Good evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley. I found Hobbs Barrow.
Oh, remember what I said, Miss Bateman? There are stories connected to that place.
Yes, stories you won't elaborate on, I might add. Don't worry about me, Stanley. I'm quite capable of warding off imagined fiends.
I have no doubt, but please leave that place be.
I've come this far, there's no turning back now.
That's precisely what worries me.
Alright. I am not gonna order a drink. We put a lot on the tab with Henry and Cyril. I'm worried about the money situation. Like, I don't know how relevant it's gonna be, but I'm worried about it.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Let's go to bed.
Time for bed. Tomorrow I shall convince Mr. Bryden to allow me to begin my excavation.
Miss Bateman,
Oh, hey, Arthur.
how are you?
Tired.
Gonna buy you a drink?
For the man's health. Hey, if he's buying, maybe I can get more information from him. I don't see why not.
One won't hurt.
Excellent. I feel bad about what happened last night. I'm sorry I can't remember it.
That's all right, Mr. Tillett. Alcohol can do all sorts of damage to one's memory.
I was thinking that maybe if we had another drink tonight, I might remember what happened.
I'm not sure that's logical.
But worth trying?
I don't need any further convincing.
Take your seat, Miss Bateman. I shall return with the goods.
To Leonard Shoulder.
Wherever he may be. I've been meaning to ask you something.
Yes?
Why did Leonard Shoulder ask you to dig up Hobbs Barrow?
Despite his disappearing act the previous evening, not to mention his questionable sobriety, I decided Mr. Tillett was to be my ally. I spoke again of Mr. Shoulder's letter, his proposed excavation, and my status as an antiquarian and barrow digger. He was fascinated and quite excited at the prospect of meeting the soon-to-be author of a real-life book.
You must find all manner of riches on your digs.
Barrow digging is not all success, Mr. Tillett. Often I'll come across the likeliest of sites steeped in promise. We set to work with shovel and pick and all the other barrow opening paraphernalia you can imagine. Every stone carefully taken down, every shovel full of earth put dutifully through the sieve, and we find nothing. Or you may find a miserable remnant of animal bone or a shard of pottery hardly to be recognised from the peat in which it decayed. Sometimes it's as if some Neolithic humorist prepared an elaborate practical joke for your special benefit.
It still sounds much more exciting than spending your days sitting in England's most remote railway station.
Are you all right, Mr. Tillett?
I've had another argument with Agnes.
Your wife?
Aye. She didn't want me coming to the plough tonight. Truth is, I've been drinking my life away since my mother passed.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry for your loss.
You're kind, Miss Bateman. Thank you. It's been a year since the old girl left us. She had a horrible end, wasting away, day by day. Consumption got her. She was naught but bones by the end. I can't get the image out of my mind. She were everything to me.
I'm so sorry.
I apologise for going on, Miss Bateman. It's not appropriate.
Don't worry, Mr. Tillett. I appreciate your openness.
Used to love going for walks out in the moor, my mother and I, ever since I were a little one. She'd get a tear in her eye as she looked out upon it. She loved this land. I asked Mr. Crozier to build a bench, which we've erected at her favourite lookout spot on the moors. Margaret's Lookout, we called it. Aye.
That's a beautiful tribute.
Aye. If you take a seat there, do keep her in your thoughts, won't you?
Of course, Mr. Tillett.
You're
I
talking
can
about
relate in some manner.
the bench.
My father had an accident when I was very young. He's still alive, but he can neither move nor speak. He spends his entire life bedbound and incapable of communicating or looking after himself in any way.
How dreadful.
He was a barrow digger himself, an antiquarian of some renown. He taught me so much, even though I was so young. I think writing this book is my way of carrying on his work. It helps me reclaim those earlier memories of him, and I visit him often to tell him all about my excavations.
Can he hear you?
I've no idea. The doctors aren't sure. I'd do anything to make him better, Mr. Tillett. I'd do anything to bring him back to the man he was. I am in a state of suspended mourning for a man caught between life and death.
Dreadful. Just dreadful.
We all have our weaknesses. Mine just happens to be my father.
And what of your mother?
A cold woman. We haven't talked in quite some time. I think she blamed me for my father's accident somehow.
You were but a child.
Indeed. She thus saw it fit that a governess should raise me as she spent her life grieving for my father.
Well then, I propose a toast.
A toast to what?
A shared sense of loss.
I'll toast to that, Arthur. Now then, enough of this wallowing.
Let us be merry. Another round.
I really shouldn't. But I did. And another after that. And another. The frustrations of my visit to Bewley slipped away with each swill of Stanley's finest ale. We had great fun that night, Mr. Tillett and I. I treasure the memory.
That was a really nice scene. I liked it. I liked the bonding over their parents, and I also liked that, I mean, the whole game is a little look into the life of an archaeologist in this time, and, you know, acknowledging little things like, oh, failure is a part of it. Like, I don't know, it's not romanticizing it, but at the same time it kind of is, and I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I don't know, I just like it when games take you into the world of a particular profession or something that isn't just, oh, a soldier, or I don't even know, it's all soldiers of some kind.
Go on then. Let's hear those pipes.
Mustn't.
Sing the song.
You're incorrigible.
Please. You'll make a sad man happy.
Oh, all right then. clasps, celts, and arrowheads I'll try to claw within my clutch. And if a shield I should espy, I'll vow there ne'er was such.
With popish tricks and relics rare, the priests their flocks do gull. In casting out the earth take care. Huzzah! I've found a skull.
Great scene all around. Oh, what's going on here? Spooky dreams? Is that what's going on? What's going on? Oh. Oh. This guy. Oh. Okay, here it is. It's a scary.
Hello, Thomasina.
What is this? Who are you?
I'm the one that saved your father.
What do you mean?
You were here 25 years ago.
My father?
You were deep down with the others. You were there, and something went wrong. I dragged him out.
Impossible.
I helped him then, and I can help him again.
I don't understand.
Believe my words. You'll find proof in morning. Now go. One more thing. This is not a dream.
The second day, Expiscor. Am I saying that right? Expisor.
Goodness, that was a terrible sleep.
Let's see. I recognize that guy. You know, I always look at those like free Steam trading cards that they give you for playing the game for like 2 hours. That little weirdo was one of them that I got. I don't remember what his name was. Here's a book.
What's this? There's a strange stone strapped to the cover.
I don't know who's talking. Don't know what voice I'll use. Day 1. Arrived after a decent day's ride from Bakewell. This is a curious place. Locals seem distant. I'm to meet my local contact tomorrow, so it will be an early night for me. I shall try to keep a diary of my stay here and not give up by day 3 of the excavation as usual. Despite the thrill of possible new discoveries, I cannot stop thinking about my dear wife, and I wonder if I should have left her in her current state. I must have faith that she will conquer this bout of illness. Day 4. True to form, my journal has been abandoned. Let that not speak for the excitement I feel for this excavation. After much preparation, we dig tomorrow. Such an exceptional site with a unique history. As for the dangers, we shall meet them headfirst. We are prepared. I also sought out a local wise woman yesterday, and she provided me with a tincture for my beloved's nausea gravidarum. I am sure she shall be pleased with it upon my return. Lo, a place of miracles! A planted seed sprouted before our eyes and illuminated our path. Nature's laws hold no meaning here. But I clutch my tablet with the knowledge that it shall end this. Rho Theta Epsilon Xi. I can't read most Roman numerals by sight, I'm sorry. We found the code was simply in the singularity of the characters. All eyes must face toward the 7th Archontic. I don't know what that means. When the sun and the 2 moons meet, the guardian shall be defeated. A dead language reveals the path. For thou art the moon, the chief of the stars. Listen to the things that I have said. Follow the words of my mouth. Reveal thyself to me. I heard a whisper, not once, again and again. I will pour out my spirit. I will pour out my spirit. I will pour out my spirit.
It appears to be a journal, full of hogwash. I don't recognize the handwriting. Maybe Stanley knows more about it.
Oh, that just looks at it. IAW.
Good morning. How's your head, Miss Bateman? That were quite the tune you treated us to last night.
To be honest, Stanley, I felt better. I take it you slid this journal under my door?
I beg your pardon?
The journal, Stanley.
I certainly did no such thing. Nor could have anyone else. You're the only guest staying here.
What's the meaning of all this? Do you propose that it manifested itself out of thin air?
Well,
I don't want to be mean. It must have been him, but I don't want to be mean. He's been so nice to us so far. He might be telling the truth. Okay.
I'm sorry. I just don't understand how else it could have got there. Are you sure there was no one else here overnight?
without doubt.
How very, very peculiar.
So, what does it say inside?
Why would anyone not be trustworthy? I don't. Show it to him.
Take a look.
Well, I can't make head nor tail of it.
Neither can I.
Maybe someone else in the village can help you with it.
What do you make of this stone?
That's a funny looking thing. It's got a cockerel on it.
Yes, but have you seen anything like it?
Never.
The fact that it has a chicken on it makes me think of Mr. Shoulder.
Do you ever have strange dreams, Stanley?
Me? I sleep as sound as a baby.
I had one such dream last night. It was so vivid.
What were it about?
I mean, I said before, no one wants to hear about your dreams. But it was so bizarre. Let's tell him. I'm being so inconsistent. I'm sorry.
I was at Hobbs Barrow,
Oh?
but everything was different. Great peaks soared in the distance. And there was a creature.
A creature, you say?
Yes, a short, robed fellow, eyes as black as pitch. It told me that my father had been there in Hobbs Barrow many years ago, but something went wrong, and the creature helped him escape. It said that I would find proof in the morning.
Oh, the journal! You've had a premonition, lass.
Please, Stanley, I've no time for that nonsense. But I'll admit it's a strange coincidence.
Now, what did I tell you about Hobbs Barrow?
That I should leave it alone?
Aye.
Hogwash.
Your dream reminds me of a story from my childhood. An old folk tale about Hobbs Barrow.
What is this folk tale you mention?
Well, when I were a wee boy, there were talk of a goblin. They say he lived inside Hobbs Barrow, hence the name, Hobbs Barrow. Hob, coming from hobgoblin, of course. Unfortunately, I don't remember anything else about it.
I was told not to believe in such fairy tales, Stanley.
Don't close your mind to such things, lass. I'm sure Mr. Shoulder will tell you more.
Perhaps, if I ever meet him. Goodbye.
See you soon.
Good morning, Mr. Kemp.
Good day, Miss Tompkins.
I'm here for his lordship's paper.
Sorry, lass. Mr. Price hasn't dropped them off this morning. I heard he actually left the village yesterday.
Indeed, I can vouch for that.
Ma'am?
Good day.
Oh dear. His lordship won't be pleased.
My sincerest apologies, Miss Tompkins.
I'll come back in a few days. Ta-ra.
Goodbye.
Who was that?
Who is Miss Tompkins?
A housemaid. in the employ of Panswick Manor. She comes by to pick up his lordship's weekly paper.
I'm surprised newspapers are available in Bewley.
Aye, his lordship gets what he wants.
Lord Panswick likes to keep up with affairs from outside of Bewley.
Aye, he has many interests around the country.
What sort of interests?
His lordship's affairs are his own business.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Alright, I'm very interested. This knife, what's it doing here?
The knife is stuck deep in the table.
Oh, it's from the guy.
Goodness me, I can't budge it.
Be careful, Miss Bateman. You'll cut yourself. I spent all morning trying to get that bloody thing out. I shall be having words with that scoundrel next time he shows his face.
Curses.
We have our very own Excalibur. It's all yours if you can pull it out, King Arthur.
Well, we can try the chisel.
I do not wish to damage Mr. Kemp's table any further than it already has been.
Alright. Well, I think that's a pretty good place to end it. There was a lot of story, not a lot of puzzles in this one. But there was a lot of stuff I liked about it. We're finally getting into some of the spooky. We got a really nice scene with Arthur. Some more information on Thomasina's father. Like, I like where the story is going a lot. Alright. I have been Mars, and I will be back with more The Excavation of Hobbs Barrow.